My dear brothers and sisters, Alhamdulillah, I feel very much happy to see that very prominent leaders, activists, those who are fighting for our democratic rights are gathered here. Even though our fields of activities are different, Alhamdulillah, now we are gathered here for a common cause. I first of all convey my thanks to all the participants. I am sorry that it is difficult for me to speak in Tamil. To an extent I can understand your Tamil, and my mother tongue is Malayalam. And I understand that if I speak in Malayalam, it will be more difficult for you. And therefore I shall try my best to convey my message in English. If you want, mix it with Malayalam. You want Malayalam or English? Malayalam easy for you? Alhamdulillah. I can't mix Tamil. I can hear and understand only. I cannot speak in Tamil. Anyway, Alhamdulillah. നേരത്തെ എനിക്ക് മുന്നാടി സംസാരിച്ച മുബാറക് സാബ് ലാസ്റ്റ് 5 yearsൽ ഇന്ത്യയിൽ നടന്ന റയോട്ട്സിൻ്റെ ഒരു ഹിസ്റ്ററി പറഞ്ഞു. Today, there is one statement. How far it is authentic, എനിക്കറിയില്ല. But from 2014 to 2022, past 8 years, ഈ 8 വർഷങ്ങളിൽ ഇന്ത്യയിൽ more than 10,000, around 11,000 communal riots നടന്നു എന്നാണ് റിപ്പോർട്ട്. നമ്മുടെ GDP is going down, price going up, but number of riots also going up. The only thing rising, just like petrol price. And you know, today, ഇന്ന് മംഗലാപുരത്ത് നിന്ന് മാംഗ്ലൂർ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിയുടെ ഒരു ഡിസിഷൻ. Today onwards, there's a uniform in all colleges and university. All colleges under Mangalore University. First time on. You know, ഹിജാബ് കോൺട്രവേഴ്സി എല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയാം. ബട്ട് യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിയിൽ ഇനി ആരും ഹിജാബ് ധരിച്ച് വരേണ്ടതില്ല. മീൻസ് യു ഹാവ് ടു ഡിസൈഡ്. ഇഫ് യു വാണ്ട് ഹിജാബ്, നോ എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ. ഇഫ് യു വാണ്ട് എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ, നോ ഹിജാബ്. ലാസ്റ്റ് ഫ്യൂ വീക്സ് നമുക്കറിയാം, ഇന്ത്യയിലെ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ചില വിഷയങ്ങൾ മസ്ജിദ് മന്ദിർ വിഷയങ്ങളാണ്. നേരത്തെ മെൻഷൻ ചെയ്ത് ഇവിടെ വൺസ് വി തോട്ട് ബാബറി മസ്ജിദ് ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ഗോൺ, ഇറ്റ്സ് ദ എൻഡ്. അല്ല, ഇന്ന് ഗ്യാൻവാബി മസ്ജിദ്, അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഈദ്ഗാഹ് മസ്ജിദ്, എ നമ്പർ ഓഫ് മസ്ജിദ്. ലാസ്റ്റ് ഡേ ഐ വാസ് ഇൻ കർണാടകയിൽ നമ്മുടെ ബ്രദേഴ്സ് റിപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത് ദർ ആർ മോർ ദാൻ 200 മസ്ജിദ്സ്. 200-ലേറെ മസ്ജിദുകൾ കർണാടകയിൽ ഡിഫറെൻറ്റ് ഡിസ്ട്രിക്റ്റുകളിലായി. ദേ ആർ ക്ലെയിമിങ് ദർ വർ ടെമ്പിൾസ്. Now I came to know in Tamil Nadu also similar issues are there, but not too much highlighted. അത്ര വലിയൊരു ഇഷ്യൂ വന്നിട്ടില്ല. ബട്ട് locally there are some issues already burning inside. ഇന്ത്യയിൽ ഹിന്ദു കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റിക്ക് അവർക്ക് പോയി ഒന്ന് വർഷിപ്പ് ചെയ്യാൻ, ഒന്ന് ആരാധിക്കാൻ, ഒന്ന് തൊഴുകാൻ അവർക്ക് ടെമ്പിൾസ് ഇല്ലാത്ത, മന്ദിരമില്ല, കോവിലില്ലാത്തത് കൊണ്ടല്ല. why all temples are behind or under the masjid? എന്തുകൊണ്ടാ? മറ്റൊന്നുമല്ല, അങ്ങനെ ഓരോ പള്ളിക്കുള്ളിൽ English, acha. Okay. Why all these temples are under or behind or under the mihrab or behind the mihrab? They want to create a violent situation in India. Always communal riots. And also to create fear, pedi bhayam, fear inside the people. Now the trend, last month and during Ramzan, in connection with the Ram Navami festival, there were attempt for one-side attack. I am not ready to say a riot. Purely it is not riot. One-sided attack or genocide attempt in 12 states, 12 states at a time in similar pattern. What was the aim? To create fear among the Muslim community and to establish that the country is now became a Hindu Rashtra. All others, you can live here, but you have to leave your belief. You have to leave your masjid. You have to leave your hijab. You have to leave your identity. Without your identity, without your belief, you can live here as slaves. That's the message. Now, in the last week, our Home Minister declared once again that they will implement CAA at any cost. We know what is the cost. And many states, around 9 BJP ruled states, they declared officially and unofficially, they will implement uniform civil code. What does it mean? Again and again, different leaders, they are reminding, they are threatening. This has become a Hindu Rashtra and you have no claim at all here. And that is why here, Mubarak Sahib mentioned and Ansari Sahib also mentioned about the report of Genocide Watch. India is now facing a genocide. Let me frankly say something, my friends, because we people, while we discuss about fascism, we will remember before 30 years, we were communicating with people and we were trying to understand the real threat of fascism. Not the threat of BJP. At that time, BJP had only 2 MPs in Lok Sabha, only 2 MPs. While we communicating with people, many leaders, many politicians, many community leaders, they were ridiculing us. They were saying, then on what you are threatening the people? They have only 2 MPs. India is a very good secular fabric and nothing can disturb it. Then no BJP will come to power. Never. We again and again tried our best to understand. No, brother, this is not BJP but RSS. RSS is there within the Congress, within other parties, within all parties. RSS is different. RSS is the real cancer of this country. There is no need for RSS for BJP. They will come through Congress, they will come through other party, they will come through the Janata Dal, they may come through any party, A or B, X or Y. It is happened. Now the people, many people, even they were afraid of speaking about fascism. They were very much hesitant to use the word fascism, but now they have to talk the word and talk about the threat of fascism now, after coming all. Similarly, my brothers, regarding Babri Masjid, perhaps Purple Fund is one of the organizations that conducted a number of programs throughout the country regarding Babri Masjid, because we understood the Babri Masjid issue is not at all an issue of a masjid. It is not at all issue of masjid. There was a chance for uniting 80% of the Indian people because of the Mandal Commission report. At that time, in order to divide Hindus and Muslims and to find out a shortcut way towards the power, RSS started this Babri Masjid move and divided India. At that time also we warned the Indian community, this is not just a masjid issue. Even today also I remember many of our leaders, even including community leaders, they advised us, then it is just a masjid in UP. Leave one masjid. How many masjids are there under ASA and other? Then you think of education, you think of other education awareness, you think of the taqwa of the people. Leave a masjid issue. We tried our best to understand. No, brother, this is not a mere masjid issue. This is the issue of the very existence of the Muslim community in India, and also coming of the fascism instead of a democracy setup in India. That also happened. Everybody knows. There is no need of explaining into detail. But now, not a single masjid issue, not any party coming to power, not a riot in a particular village, not a masjid or mandir issue anywhere, not the issue of Taj Mahal. Now India is facing the 9th stage of genocide. Now also we can comfort ourselves. No, in a country like India, there is no chance at all for a genocide. Be comfortable. Be peaceful. Nothing to do with that. Okay? Just like that of the threat of BJP coming to power, just like that of Babri Masjid, we can sit idly without doing anything. That will come. Just like Rwanda, just like what happened to Red Indians in the real Americans in America. Then what happened in Bosnia? We can wait and see. Otherwise, if we are having any commitment to the humanity, now this is the last time to work, to protect our community, to protect the country of India, to protect the Republic of India. Because why I am saying, now there is no need to explain much the real threat of RSS fascism. Everybody knows this RSS is working as the mastermind behind every attempt for genocide. Actually, they are creating a number of or numberless local fringe groups that may be in a place. The attackers may be Hanuman Sena. In another village, those who raped ladies may be Sri Ram Sena. In another place, it may be in another name, or Yuva Vahini, Hindu Yuva Vahini, whatever it may be. A number of or numberless forums. Why? Because technically they have to protect their face, or legally they have to protect, and they have to implement their agenda. Perhaps you may noted that recently one man, he was a icon of that attack in Gujarat riot. Everybody remember the photo of a Hindu goon with the talwar in his hand, with the sword. At that time he was the symbol or icon of a fascist attack on Muslims. Recently one journalist approached that person. Where was he? He was on the street. He was repairing the chappals and shoes and living with a very minimum wage. Then asked, once you were the icon of all the RSS people or Vajrandal people throughout the India, now what happened to you? I don't know what RSS is. I don't know what Bajrandal is. But I know at that time, and that I heard a news that Muslims, you please listen this clear message. Muslims kidnapped Hindu girls and they raped them and they killed them. Hence I also come out to the street for protecting my sisters. Then he asked where it was happened. That I don't know. Whether you verified? No. Nothing happened. After that what happened? I don't know. Means a normal man, a Hindu man, Perhaps he may not be much aware of even Hinduism, what it is. He don't know what RSS is. He don't know what Bajrang Dal is or other thing is. But he got a news that his sisters, Hindu sisters, they were attacked by Muslim. They were raped by them. They were killed. What was the news? Fake news. Fake news is always a fuel for inciting. Till now, it is happening everywhere. Even the BJP minister declared in parliament, there is no such activity, namely love jihad in India. But how the riot in Muzaffarnagar held? Due to the news, fake news regarding love jihad. Still it is going on. Even in Kerala, in Kerala, people are very much proud that they are educated. What education they are having? Because still there are people who believe the love jihad is existing. That means such lies, blatant lies. When repeating that lies, then a chunk people are believing that it is true. That is happening. That means RSS working as the mastermind and promoting many criminal gangs and inciting violence by propagating this type of false news. Now they are yielding result. What result they want? They want genocide, nothing else. Means politically they want an opposition-free India, Vivek Mukt Bharat, an India without opposition. Similarly, communally they want a Muslim Mukt Bharat, a Muslim-free India. For what? To establish their Hindu Rashtra. What is an Hindu Rashtra? Then actually, I have, Alhamdulillah, I can see many people here. We people have to understand, make the people understand Hindu Rashtra is having no connection with the Hindu people, because it is not for the benefit of any community, any Hinduism, but it is only for the benefit of a caste-based, racial-based, one Brahmin-dominated country. Means 5% of the people will enslave 95% of the Indian people. Who knows? That is happening, but in India. This attempt is very systematically being implemented in our beloved country. My brothers, now let us discuss about the new trends. That means whenever there is a resistance from the side of people, then next who come? Whenever the agenda of RSS, their attempt to make one side attack on Muslim, it is failed due to the people resistance. Then comes police, army with weapons, and then there comes bulldozers. Now this is a new trend. Now new heroes are well known as Bulldozer Baba, Bulldozer Mama. Then what does it mean? Means you have no right as a citizen of India. You are just subjects under the mercy of the rulers. That's a new message. This is the message. Therefore, my brothers, in a democratic country like India, what is the last refuge of the people? Even though the parliament, assemblies, police, that means the total executive is under this type of people, and there is no equality, there is no people's rights allowed. But at last people can depend upon the judiciary. That was our expectation. But what is happening under judiciary now? We have to seriously discuss about it. Then even in Karnataka, few girl students, they approached court for what? Actually, the situation where a Muslim student seeking the high court or any court for getting her right to wear hijab itself is a pathetic situation. A Hindu girl, if she want to wear the chant, it is allowed here. If a Muslim girl, She can wear hijab or she cannot wear hijab. It is her choice, his choice. Whether but an institution can implement any kind of color pattern or dress pattern, okay. But this type of India is such a Gulistan, a garden of different colors of flowers. But now the new India becoming a different one. There is no garden at all. There is no Gulistan at all. Now India is slowly becoming a racial country. That is why even in the court, then what the court should say? This is the fundamental right of an Indian citizen. Therefore it should be allowed. Actually, it was the duty of the High Court to decide, to take a final decision within 1 minute. But instead, the High Court started arguments after arguments, hearing after hearing, and what they are discussing, whether hijab is a fundamental part of Islam or not. Whether that is the duty of court. That Quran should say, Hadith should say, or the Islamic scholars can discuss whether it is a fundamental part, basic part or not. It is not the duty of court. Court, judiciary should take a decision as per the Indian constitution, not on the basis of the Quran or Bhagavad Gita or Bible. For that purpose, we appointed them as our judges or magistrate. But unfortunately, you know, one media channel was banned, and the High Court judge quoted not a single line from the Indian Constitution or CRPC or other relevant clauses, but instead they quoted from Hindu mythology and says this should be banned. Similarly now Karnataka High Court, it give an order that hijab is not a fundamental part of Islam. Now tomorrow we may have to approach court, sir, our namaz, the 5-time prayer is a fundamental part, therefore please allow us. This is the situation. This is not the duty of the judiciary. It's the duty of religious people. They can decide whether to go to masjid or not to go, whether to go to madrasa or not, whether to wear topi or not. That is leave to the people. That is the country. Otherwise, if the country decided, if the court started deciding, or even parliament start deciding what to eat, what to speak, and now our home minister say, you talk only in Hindi. Recently he talked, you say only Hindi, don't use English or other language. Now they are deciding what to say and what to eat, what to wear. Then wherein we are living? Not in a country as per the will and wish of the national leaders who fought for the freedom of India, but as per the people who were reluctant to or kept away from the freedom struggle, and who were part and parcel of the imperial agenda, and who escaped from jail by signing petitions and asking maaf from the government. That people are governing India. And unfortunately, even our judiciary becoming a part of this. Now, clearly there is an act passed in 1991, the Places of Worship Act. Then the status of all places of worship, that may be masjid or church or temple, whatever it may be, it should keep the status as on 15th August 1947. Therefore, the complaint filed in Madura court should not have been accepted. The writ filed in Banaras court should not be accepted, but accepted, and even without getting a single evidence, God started staying, then sealed the place. Don't go there. Restrict namaz. Muslims should not go there. If they are going only up to 20, what kind of a country we are now? Unfortunately, even the judiciary became in such a way that we remember. Actually, we people, then there may be some shortcomings, because these are the man-made systems. Of course, there may be shortcomings. Even then, due to the importance of judiciary, a fair judiciary in India, we were respecting the judiciary. But recently what is done, the former Chief Justice and other justices of Supreme Court, now they are getting many places. One Chief Justice become the governor, another Chief Justice become the MP, another become the Human Rights Commission chairman. That means for 5 years or more, they are getting further government benefits. And whenever some judges, they go behind or as per the constitutional values. One justice lawyer, he was killed. One justice Qureshi, he was never promoted to Supreme Court. He never got chance to be a Chief Justice. That means if you support the government, you will be promoted, and even after your retirement, you will be getting benefits. And if you give orders as per the constitution, perhaps you may be killed, or you may be demoted, or you may not be considered for further promotions. That is the situation. That situation is created by the BJP. Let me shorten my words. Many things we have to discuss. In short, what I am trying to say, in all means, the fascists are trying to convert our beloved democratic country into a Hindu Rashtra, where Muslims have whole citizenship, no minorities will be spared, and even as per their concept of Hindu Rashtra, 80% of the people are not considered as people, not considered as even citizens. They will be just subjects in a country. That's the Hindu Rashtra. And at this stage, let me frankly say before you, where are the secular parties? While there are calls for genocide, publicly, not a secret thing, publicly in Haridwar and in many places, even in Trivandrum last week, publicly they are calling for genocide, mass killings. Where are the secular parties? Hundreds of masjids are attacked. Where are the secular leaders, the so-called? They will come before us for votes. Then to oppose BJP, to oppose and to defeat BJP, we are the only option. We are the only real secular people, therefore vote for us. For that purpose only they are coming. Then we cannot see the presence of such leaders in the democratic fight against CAA and NRC. We cannot see their presence in the fight for Gyanvabi Masjid or Madura Masjid. We cannot see their presence anywhere to protect the lives and belongings of this community. But they will come for a wholesale deal for the vote only. Then that the community should recognize in a right way. But at the same time, let me share before you, don't think that there is no hope at all, but there is a scope. Still, the people of India has its own power. The best example was anti-CAA NRC protest in India. The first positive thing, it was not as per the decision of any major party, including political party or even Muslim organization. A very good lesson for the whole India, especially, let me say frankly, to the Muslim organization leadership. Those who are thinking that we are the wholesale dealers of Indian Muslims and we are the decision makers. No, the students of Jamia Millia, they gave guideline to those leaders. No, you people, you may be having some inner dealing with the government, but we decided to come to the streets. The total people of India come to the street. It's a very good message. Therefore, and also that Shaheen Bagh, it was replicated everywhere in the country. And at last, even the steel man of India, he declared, we will not CAA at present for the time being. Why? It was a success story of people of India, let me say. Similarly, we remember the farmers' protest. How long it was sustained. Once it was blacked out by almost all media. You go through print media and visual media, even social media. After for the first initially for some weeks, 1 or 2 months, everywhere it was in the news. But after that, there was a purposeful blackout. But those people who were in agitation, they were not ready to leave the place. And after almost a year, and one more thing we have to understand, after sacrificing the lives of around or above 600 people, that agitation was a success. That means still the democracy or still the people of India is powerful. That's my point. If we decide, whatever be the majority of the ruling party in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, if we are determined enough, we can change the decisions of the government. We can retreat them. We can force them to review their decisions. That is the power of the democracy, the power of the people of India. Therefore, we people have still scope in India, and we have a clear way out. And one more thing, my brothers, now what is happening? I just mentioned that during last 10th April, during the month of Ramzan, in hundreds of places throughout India, there were very calculated attempts to initiate violence in almost all states. At least as per the clear report, 12 states, there were very calculated, systematic attempts in the name of Ram Navami festival. But let me share one more information. Nowhere it was one-sided. No attempt was left without resistance. Alhamdulillah. And therefore their plan to initiate violence, incite violence was failed. Utterly failed. Alhamdulillah. Perhaps they could make some nuisances. They set fire for some Muslim property. Okay. Still, their plan was failed. After failing their plan, then who comes? The bulldozers come to the picture. That means their agenda is failed. One more point let me share with my brothers and sisters. From last 3 decades, Popular Fund, and before that MNP or NDF, we were continuously trying to convince the people that the fascist people, they are not academicians, and there is no scope for debates with them. The only the way out to overcome the threat of fascism is to resist. The people resistance is the only way out. Alhamdulillah, I understand that. Even whether the Popular Fund itself reached or whether it is not reached, the message of that people's resistance, Alhamdulillah, has reached everywhere in India. That is why that riot was a fail. Alhamdulillah. And one more thing, even that bulldozer come to the picture. The Shaheen Bagh people once again gave a model to the people of India. If armed forces with bulldozers come to destroy the houses and come to destroy the shop buildings of the people, if the people together come onto the streets and raise slogans and fight for their democratic constitutional rights, then armed forces should have to go back, and even the bulldozer come onto the front even an inch. That is the message from the Shaheen Bagh. Therefore, that message we have to convey to the whole people of India. My point is that, brothers, still there is scope. We are not hopeless. We are not helpless. But we need determination. We need determination, himmat. We need togetherness. We need a mind to communicate each other. We stop fighting each other. We talk with each other, communicate each other, share the ideas, and we can go ahead. India is at the point of a genocide or at the verge of a destruction, but still India is alive. still the people of India is powerful. Therefore, we have to restore our beloved India, but we have to get together. We have to come together. We are a power in India, that we have to understand. And especially last point, let me share. Then, but why the government is coming behind the Popular Front of India? The only reason is that we people, along with our relief and rehabilitation activities, along with our education activities, along with the volunteering the public, and along with the many other social work, we from the very beginning of our movement started educating the people one basic education, that this fascism led by RSS is the cancer of India. The only medicine to that cancer is to resist. Prevention is better than cure. Then that message now wholeheartedly accepted by the people of India. Even though the organization is not accepted by all, but the message of the Popular Front is accepted. Therefore, government decided now the one important block behind the path of these RSS goons on implementation of this genocide is Popular Front of India. Therefore, before going to implementing their agenda, they have to curtail the Popular Front. They have to restrict it. They have to vanish it. Now they are trying their best to finish the Popular Front of India. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. So far our experience is that whatever be the attempts to finish this organization, whatever be their attempts to tarnish our image, whatever be their attempts to target our members and leaders, Alhamdulillah, we were able to overcome everything, and after all such attempts, we could reach more and more people, and we could increase more and more our cadreship, and we could increase more and more our reach and support, Alhamdulillah. Therefore, no any mayus, no any disappointment in this path. But while many of our brothers, leaders, state level leaders, Alhamdulillah, are present here, and many activists are present here, Mohalla leaders are also present here, my brothers and sisters, are my wholehearted request before you. We may have many things to disagree with each other. We may have different opinions on different details, but this is not the time to quarrel between us among such details. We may have different opinions regarding the details of Islamic versions. We may have different opinions on different aspects of democracy or activism or many things. But now this is a point where we have to decide whether this secular democratic India to exist or not. If we decide our country is to exist, now we have to come together. We have to unite. Keeping away all our differences, we have to unite. And we have to unite, and we have to lead the people of India. Not a particular section, not a particular community, not any particular group, but we have to lead the people of India towards restoring our real India. And also we have to one more important thing, let me share with you. It's a big thing to restore India, but if we go through a small formula, it is possible, it is easy to restore, because we can convert each and every village, each and every mohalla into a miniature of our real ideal India. We can convert our village into a real India. How it can be? In our village, we can ensure there are Muslims, Hindus, all other communities, all other castes, they live together with peaceful coexistence. And if we ensure there is no entry into the RSS people, and if we ensure there we maintain the calm and peace, and where we ensure education to all, justice to all, consideration to all, discrimination to nobody, then that is a mini India in our village. If we are ready to implement this mini India in every village, every ward, every mohalla, every masjid and atraf, then inshallah that is the practical way out to restore India and to save India from these fascist goons, from these communal forces, and inshallah we will be successful in restoring our beloved India. That is the message. And inshallah, if I took 5 minutes more, please forgive me, and I expect you very prominent people are here present. Therefore, you please share your views, and also we can have an agenda that inshallah our discussion, our decisions will be a historic in the future history of India. It will be a milestone because this is a meaningful step. Nothing to just speak and go, nothing to showcase somewhere or other. But now this should be a meaningful step towards the restoration of our beloved India. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us tawfiq to implement our agenda and to get His pleasure here and hereafter. Wa akhir da'wana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.